Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live broadcast. I want to talk to you today about something that I've heard a few times listening to some great podcasters out there, great teachers, and then also applying some of what I've learned over the years is this, and this is how to efficiently handle problems. You see, every day in business, no matter what we're doing, we're always going to have problems that are going to come in, things that we have to solve, challenges that we have to look at, solutions. And a lot of times, many of us think that the solution to our problems lies in this place called someday or tomorrow or getting to it tomorrow, or I don't have enough time or something like that. Here's the deal. And I've learned this the more that I've grown as a business owner, the more that I've grown over the years, is that as you grow and move towards where you want to go, your goals in life, as you get closer to those goals, your problems start to get bigger and very different and different problems that you're solving. They never disappear. There's never a place that you get to where they completely disappear. Problems are just completely gone. Instead, you're actually handling them very differently. Now, here's the thing. Take a look at, and this was a conversation that I was having with a guy this morning. He was telling me about a problem that he was having. Now, relatively to the problems that I have on a daily basis, this seemed like a very simple solution, but to him, it was a big problem. And to me, problems that other people have, maybe if they have 500, 5,000 employees, are completely different on a level than the problems I have each day. The problems that you have are an indicator of how great and big your influence is. And I'm going to pause there. Pay attention to that. The problems that you're having right now in your business or home or whatever world around you, the problems that you have are an indicator and a sign of how wide and deep your level of influence is, because the level of those problems, how many people are impacted by those? Is it just you, yourself? Is it a group of people? Is it a group of people that influence a group of people? And so take a look at that. If you have a goal and a certain goal for your life where you want to go and for your business that's up here, but you're working on problems that are down here that are very basic level that you're like, once I get there, these will all be solved. In fact, they're going to completely change, and the problems that you have are going to change. And so the best thing is this. I heard a quote, and it was something that it was attributed to Bill Gates, though I'm not sure if he actually said it, but maybe he did. Either way, is that he likes to give hard problems to the laziest person because they will figure out a quick, fast way to accomplish them. And so I've started running problems through this type of filter in my life, in business. And this is the language that I'm using. You're gonna be like, you just said you try to be lazy with your problems. Actually, what I try to do is, how do I solve them as quickly as possible with the best possible outcome? And not always is that going to happen. First off, realize this. We're going to fail. We're going to make mistakes, and we're going to have failures. And the level of our failures and mistakes that we make is also the level of growth that we can handle, as well as the level of creativity and boundaries that we're pushing to expand our boundaries. If your failure tolerance and mistake tolerance is very small, your problems will be small, and your level of influence and even growth will stay in that small circle because you're not expanding outside of it. But as you start to have more influences, as you start to make more money, for instance, that's the old saying, mo money, mo problems. Problems are not a bad thing. It's only how you take a look at them, the perspective that you have, and how you react to them, okay? And so to efficiently handle problems, to get to the next level, is take a look at each problem as it comes and look at, how can I efficiently solve these? And what can I delegate? What do I have to do myself? And if you're at a place where you do have to do it all yourself, do that, and then make choices and decisions. Are these problems worth it to where I'm right there? Are these problems worth it for me to continue dealing with where I'm headed? For instance, one of a problem that I dealt with this week was over 4 hours of my week was taken driving to the airport to deliver a drop-off for a business that I have where I rent my car out. That level of a problem was solved by me choosing I am no longer going to be delivering to the airport because it wasn't worth it to the size of where I'm going and what my goals are at that point. 6 months ago, when I needed a little bit more income and had to deliver it to the airport to get that and couldn't not accept every single piece of business that came my way with Turo, I would go take 4 hours to deliver it to the airport to make $500, $1,000. Now I've grown to the point where taking 5-6 hours out of my day to make $500 to $1,000 is not worth my time as much as it was 6 months to a year ago. And so those are a different level of problems. Now the level of problems that I'm dealing with is completely different. So if your level of problems is just around your personal finances or personal decisions, or man, I just wish I could do that thing, I wish I could learn that, I don't know how to get from step A to step B, the level of the problem that you're dealing with is an indicator of the level of influence that you have and the territory that you're walking in. And so to expand that, you start to look at what are things I can get rid of, eliminate. How can I solve the problems that I have more efficiently? How can I make decisions and choices that will influence the problems versus maybe taking 4 hours to solve it versus 1? Could I solve this at 90% of the same level by cutting it down by 400% of the time? If that's the case, now you just added 4 hours of your time. Hiring somebody. If you couldn't afford to hire somebody, once you get to that place, you're able to solve a problem by then getting more time freedom back. This is all part of that. And so here's the key. This all boils down to making decisions and choices and choosing if you're going to let your problems influence you, or if you are going to affect your problems and go after them and solve them to get to the next level, which ones you have to solve, which ones you have to focus on, which ones need your focus, which ones aren't as important, or this is the biggest one that I notice a lot of people don't do. Is there another way to solve this same problem more efficiently? And a lot of times we look at how we've always solved problems in our life, how we've always done them, how we've always created a solution to something. And here's the deal. As you're growing in your life and in your business, the way that you've always solved problems is not the way that you always will solve them as you grow, because you are going to have more problems to solve. And so if you constantly are doing what you've always done, that's where then the stress comes in. That's where the feeling overwhelmed comes in. Whereas if you can start to look at strategically, with intention, with purpose, how can I be more efficient in this way? How can I solve these problems more efficiently? How can I get more done with less time? A lot of times an employee mindset especially is how can I fill up my time with the tasks that I have? Versus an entrepreneur is how can I get more done with less time so I have more time freedom or can do more with the time I've been given. And as you do that, as you make decisions to affect your problems and come up with solutions, instead of it being a problem, it's a potential for a solution. So always looking at it from a different perspective, glass half full versus glass half empty. Instead of it being I have these problems I have to solve, say, wow, I have an opportunity to come up with a solution and a better solution to solve this in a more efficient way so that we can really get to the real work that we need to get to. And then going after that, doing that with intentionality, you'll start to see transformations. You'll be able to grow your life into what you're called to do, what you're able to do, and you'll be able to be more efficient, have more time, and expand your reach and influence and territory by doing that. So I hope this encouraged you. Subscribe to my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of that. I'm on all of those. Look up my name. I'm delivering content every single day to you guys. For instance, one of my problems today was not having enough time to go live like this. So I just did it. I went live, and now you have this content. That's how I solved that problem. Just took 2 seconds. So have a good one, everybody. I want to hear your comments on this, and we can start a dialogue. Also, check out my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com. I just launched it yesterday, with a podcast on there, and we'll talk soon. Whoops, let's stop this Facebook one.